This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. We have a lot of unintelligent Republicans who are members of Congress. I think that goes unsaid. It seems as though it's getting worse. It's not getting better. The same individuals who rail against the American education system are the same ones who aren't too smart. Tommy Tuberville, football coach, Tommy Tuberville, is at CPAC, the conservative pep rally that's being conducted right now in Baltimore, just north of me. Founded by Matt Schlapp, a credibly accused sexual assaulter of a man, not men. In my opinion, he is a reprehensible, sinister grifter and charlatan who allegedly likes to invite men to his room. This married, ostensibly straight man, invite men to his room and then touch them inappropriately and against their will, without their consent. It didn't stop conservatives from flooding to Baltimore to go share the stage with Matt Schlapp, of course. Anyway, Tommy Tuberville, Alabama senator, dumb shit extraordinaire. He got up and they're asking him some questions, and it's like a round table or a town hall kind of a thing, and he's sitting there, and he really does shine a light on the fact that there are no credible policies from the Republican Party. They don't bring anything to the table but buzzwords and fear-mongering and bigotry and stupidity. I mean, abject dumbassery from Tommy Tuberville here, who's claiming that when kids graduate now, half of them, or over half, can't read the very diploma they're granted when they graduate high school. And I got some statistics here, of course, that proves him wrong. It's all, listen, every once in a while I go through a day where it's just like, I wish I did something different. Because these conservatives, they suck the life out of you if you are in a position to combat their lies and propaganda and the hate buzzwords that they throw around. Today's one of those days. It's kind of taking its toll. Anyway, let's get to the clip. We'll talk about it on the other side.
And I want them to have what we've had the opportunity to have, but today they're being indoctrinated in education. All this woke, transgender athletes, CRT, 1619. We don't teach reading, writing, and arithmetic anymore. Half the kids in this country, when they graduate, think about this, half the kids in this country, when they graduate, can't read their diploma. Now, if you can't read, and if you can't read in the United States, you're not taught to read, you can imagine what other countries are doing.
Yeah, and this is a man who's in a position to write legislation that will impact the lives of hundreds of millions of Americans. This is a man who should be bound by what is true, not what is false, not what is propaganda, not what is bigotry. This whole couple of sentences is just, almost every word of it is false. First of all, it's just buzzwords, bigotry and buzzwords. Woke, which just means anything Republicans don't like, anything that even has a scintilla of blackness attached to it is hated by Republicans. They call that woke. Transgender athletes, fearmonger, bigotry, more bigotry. CRT, again, CRT and woke are just two versions of the same thought. 1619, the award-winning reporting from New York Times reporter, her name is escaping me right now, Nicole Hannah-Jones. Also, so this is all, with the exception of transgender athletes, all kind of an assault on Black Americans. We don't teach, and this sentence right here, this has to bother you if you're someone who cares about truth and fact. We don't teach reading, writing, and arithmetic anymore. Is Tommy Tuberville really contending that reading, writing, and math aren't taught in American classrooms anymore? We can only take him at his words, and the sentence he spoke was, we don't teach reading, writing, and arithmetic anymore. That's clearly wrong. Anyone, even if you don't have children, know that's wrong. And then, half the kids in this country, when they graduate, can't read the diploma. Let me read from the Department of Education National Center for Education Statistics here. What are the rates of literacy in the United States, you might ask yourself? 4 in 5 U.S. adults, 79%, have English literacy tests sufficient to complete tasks that required comparing and contrasting information, paraphrasing, or making low-level inferences. Maybe Tommy Tuberville is illiterate. Maybe Tommy Tuberville wasn't taught those basic 3 R's as they're folksily referred to. Reading, writing, and arithmetic. Maybe he's the illiterate one, because these statistics are pretty clear. 79%. Now, this is from a few years ago, 2019. This report was compiled. But I can't imagine that it's fallen 20%, 30%, 35% in such a short time. It's idiocy. And Republicans who want to believe it, they're desperate to believe it, that we're teaching is 1619 in school. All we're teaching is CRT to elementary school children, which we're not. It's taught in law school. Maybe it should be taught. Maybe it would be great to teach a generation of children just exactly what their government has been responsible for over the hundreds of years of the existence of this country in order to prevent it from happening again. But not on Tommy Tuberville's watch. No. Not the football guy. CPAC, everybody. They're really solving the world's problems at CPAC this year. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me absolutely the old-fashioned way. I'm sure Tommy Tuberville would appreciate that. daily@dollemore.com. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I am at Dollemore. If you appreciate what I do, if you want to buoy my spirits, you can become a channel member. I would appreciate it if you did. For $2 a month, you can support my work here by becoming a channel member or over on patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both those are great ways to help support what I'm doing here. Anyway, things will get better. They will. Bad moods happen, right? Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.